So the county Department of Health offices, they report up to the state Department of Health. And what they are finding, and what we're finding also through contact tracing in Miami-Dade, the contact tracing isn't happening as much up here in Broward County because Broward County does have such widespread community spread that people are getting it. They're not knowing where they're getting it. But it is primarily happening in the home. We're finding that it is primarily happening in the home, and about 80% of the COVID cases that we've seen in this most recent surge have come from multi-generational homes, as well as family parties, house parties. People think that they're, insulated if you're in a family unit, and you go over and you visit your uncles and your cousins and your aunts and whatnot and get together for a barbecue and that type of thing. And that's actually where we're finding that it's primarily coming from. And you're seeing whole pockets of families that are being diagnosed and turning up positive. And initially, when we first started seeing hospitalizations back in March, you were seeing the people who were in that high-risk age group of over 65 with the comorbidities and whatnot. And honestly, in hindsight, those people were the sickest of the sick. We were seeing the sickest of the sick right off the bat. And what's happened is that age has dropped to today, it's a median age of 39. And we're having had the opportunity to learn more about this virus over the last 6 months. It affects people differently depending, it affects people in all different kinds of ways. There's the list of symptoms associated with this new virus. It changes every single day if you go to the CDC website. So, you can be asymptomatic walking around, infecting other people and not realizing it. You might have gastrointestinal issues and no fever, but, the chills. And that, is something what we call, person under investigation for those things. It's not necessarily, it primarily is a respiratory virus. That's how it travels, is through the respiratory system, but it affects everyone differently.